Preparing to live stream the meeting.
Ah.
All right, great, we're live. I think we should be broadcasting to the Interior Secrets Facebook group. Let's wait and see as people join. All right, let's see. Caryn is watching.
Imagine that.
Let me make sure that I've got my Facebook stream muted so that I'm not having to listen to myself twice here. And it does look like we are live. Welcome to everybody who is in attendance. We've got Judy who has joined. Fantastic. And let's see. Who else do we have joined? Caryn is on, of course. All right, let's just hang tight while we allow other people to join. Hey, Judy. She says, hi, Matt. Judy's checking in. So happy to have you at prime time on your Wednesday. That's fantastic. Good to see you, Judy. I'm working with two monitors here, guys, so I promise you if I do look in the other direction, it is certainly not because I'm being socially awkward, although that does sometimes happen to me. I am vulnerable to that. It's just that I'm referencing the live stream on my right while my camera is here. So I've earned a lot of respect for those newscasters who have to look at teleprompters and cameras and notes and everything like that. It's certainly an acquired skill. Hey, Annalee has joined. Fantastic. Hey, Annalee. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. I just got a message from our homeowner of the evening to inquire as to how she can join our live feed. So I'm sending that link to her now, and she should join us here shortly. Guys, as you're watching this, you know, the rule of thumb here is the more the merrier, right? So if you could send this out to your friends right now, share this video with your friends and family so that, you know, maybe they can jump on and get some design tips, ask for some design advice from our very talented designer, Caryn Menches, who is co-hosting with me tonight. What you can do, if you're on a desktop computer, actually, you'll see the live stream on the left side of the screen, and you'll see the comment section and the description of the live video on the right. There's actually a little icon with a plus next to a little icon of a person with a plus next to it, and that's how you can actually invite friends to watch this live video. So if you want to use that feature, or if you want to go ahead and share this out on your timeline, that's really going to help us spread the word just a bit. All right, let's see here. And we're just waiting on our homeowner. I want to make sure that she is going to get the biggest bang for the buck, so to speak. So we're gonna wait to kick things off until Mollie joins us. And I'm just typing away to make sure that Mollie joined us. And there she is. Fantastic. So happy to see Mollie. So we've got a few people who have joined us, guys. Thank you so much. I see a couple others are joining as well. All right, so let's just kick things off. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we will shift into the presentation. All right, so close that, share that. All right, so my screen should now be visible if things are working as planned. Let me move that over there. All right, so again, welcome to Rock Your Room. This is episode number 3. of Rock Your Room, and this is being broadcast live to our Interior Secrets Facebook group. So if you're watching this after the fact on YouTube, why in the world are you doing such a thing? Join us on Facebook Live next time. It's just facebook.com/groups/Interior Secrets. You can probably just click the search bar in Facebook and type in Interior Secrets, and we'll probably pop up right there. Join us because these are fun when they're interactive and when they're live. We're even prone to making some mistakes, and sometimes that's kind of entertaining for folks. So Caryn knows about that. We had some issues in episode 1, but I promise you smooth seas this evening, hopefully, crossing my fingers. All right, so I mentioned her a few times. Caryn Menches is the co-host. She's really the star of this show. And I'm going to hand it over to her after I introduce you to who we have the pleasure of sharing the next 30 to 45 minutes with. So Caryn Menches is a California certified interior designer and the principal designer and owner of Modern Lotus Interiors in Orange County, California. Her design journey started as an adjuster doing residential property inspection and estimating in catastrophe areas throughout the country for almost 8 years, to a master's degree in interior architecture from UCLA, Cal Poly Pomona, and eventually designing properties throughout the Southern California area, as well as online design, which is virtually anywhere. And that's how I had the pleasure of meeting Caryn. She can help bring your interior design visions to life and tries to infuse her knowledge of holistic healing modalities into every space. It's her way of helping to bring about a healthier space for your lifestyle. Her design philosophy: interior design should be intriguing and discovering what really sets you up as you and your lifestyle. So with that said, I am going to let Caryn take it over and introduce us all to the room of this week, of this evening. Welcome, Caryn.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Caryn Menches. I am an interior designer here in Southern California, as Matt had said. And this week we're going to be looking over a basement for Mollie Fox. She is based out of Virginia, right? And she wants to basically make her basement her kids' play area. So it's a decent sized basement. It's about 20 by 13 approximately, not exactly, but it's got a fireplace, it's got some windows, it's got some doors, so I'm assuming it's going to the outside in one of those doors. And since it's a basement, we've got stairs. So she would like to keep the floor and maybe paint. She's not opposed to painting it, and maybe put some more lights or change out the lights. So let's take a look at what she sent us right now. This is one way into the basement, looking towards the fireplace, and you can see she's got some kids that have some Legos and some toys, and what kid does not have any of that stuff? So she would like some more organization, from what I could tell from her design brief. And I don't know if she's on yet. There's a couple other. Yeah, it's just a lot of toys everywhere. So basically more organization, more storage. And I get it, because there's a lot of kids out there that have every room looks exactly like this, or some kind of version. And I do believe there's a little video of that. Can we show that too? so proud.
Yeah, this is clearly like the epicenter of Lego construction at the Fox family house. And Molly just chimed in. She said, one door goes to the laundry room, the other goes directly to rock under the house. Third goes into a nice sized closet. So just to give a little bit more context to the space that we're looking at here.
Okay. So yeah, that video, I couldn't really hear anything. So I just went off that and looked on the picture. So this is a little floor plan I drew up just based on Mollie's floor plan that she sent over to me. So I always make some kind of floor plan just for space planning or for the final design board. So you know exactly where everything fits, where everything goes, how much space is around there. Because the last thing you want to do is order something and it doesn't fit down the stairs or through the window or through a door. So that's one of the reasons floor plans are so important to these things. So let's take a look at the inspiration photo, one of the inspiration photos she sent over. And I don't know if she wants white. I don't know if she wants closed doors, but I'm assuming that she wants some kind of organized storage because there are toys around. And the things that I have on the concept board, they do come in different colors. So, and she also sent over some of these are her inspiration photos off of Pinterest. And I did take the pillows because I thought those were pretty cool for 3 little boys to have in their space is some awesome pillows and accessories. So I did take some color inspiration from the rug on here with the oranges and the greens in the, I think they're like storage bins, the fabric ones. So you'll see that in the concept board that I made.
Yeah, I just want to compliment Molly real fast. Molly provided us with a sketch of her existing space, which that, in addition to the photos and the video, really helped us understand what that space looked and felt like. And it helped Caryn understand how much room she had to work with when selecting different pieces. So for those of you who are considering e-design, that is super valuable, especially right out of the get-go. If you can supply that information, those pictures, those videos, those sketches, that really helps make that collaboration feel almost as if you're in person with your designer. So just wanted to interject. Good job, Molly. Thank you for providing that.
Yep, very important. Thank you very much. It was very appreciated. Let's see here. So concept board. Like I said, some of the colors were from those pillows and some were from the rugs. So I try to incorporate them into this concept. And from the former episode 1, I said concept is just an idea board. This is where we start getting our ideas saying, yes, I like this. No, I don't like this. I kind of like that, but I don't like the color. So just keep that in mind for concept boards. This is not the final design. Unless she wants it to be, but that's rarely the case. I think I've only had one client say, I like everything on that board and I want it all. So that's very rare. So Molly, I don't know if she's on right now.
Yes.
I can't see anything. I don't know which one what we should start with. So I'm just going to start with the wall unit for the bins on the top right. This is actually, it's not a bad deal. It's from IKEA and they do come in different colors. I believe there's a white one and this one, and I think like a blondish color. And you wanted something that wasn't probably too expensive, that it would last for your kids to grow up a little bit and not be so Legoland area everywhere. So this is perfect way to add storage and make it look nice with storage bins. The ones on the bottom, I think on that picture, you can get bins different colors. So you can either color coordinate for your boys or color coordinate for different types of toys to go in there. And it's also pretty tall. It's, I believe it's something like 5 or 6 feet tall, maybe 5 feet. So it's not too much height for, well, maybe for a little 4-year-old, but I believe you have a 9-11-year-old. So they could fit or pretty much get stuff on the top or near the top. And then we can go to the individualized bins. If each kid wants their own bin with their own stuff in it, you can also color coordinate with all those colors. I believe you can put labels on the front of those. And just for some kind of fun, and I know kids like to draw and paint and doodle and everything. I was thinking maybe a chalkboard wall would help with that space. It'll get them off the ground, and just have fun. You can do different chalk colors or different chalk paint on there. So I would pick maybe one of the walls by the fireplace, or directly across from the fireplace, not where the doors are, because that's too much traffic going in that way. So bring in some fun. You can even, if they want to trace something, you can trace something on the chalkboard. It's very inexpensive, and excuse me, it's very versatile to do that. For the lighting, excuse me, I know that you had some lighting in there that you showed me on the pictures that you sent over, and it's a little bit more contemporary than the ones that you have. I mean, it's not a big deal if you want to keep the ones that you have. It's just a little bit more modern. And obviously those throw pillows are totally cool. Totally dig those. The color scheme, like I said, I picked some of the colors from the rug that you had for the inspiration room, and also some of the colors from the pillows, and I can't think of what it was, something else that I saw. And if you want to go a little lighter or a little darker with the colors that I chose, go for it. I think any of those colors would go great in the space. If you really want to brighten it up, maybe a little bit paler version of that orange. I believe it's like an orange creamsicle color. It'll give you a brighter room and wake you up pretty much. So I also found this really cool kids coloring table. It's over 5 feet wide, so you could probably have 2 kids at the same time. If you need another one, you can get another one. And they're super deep, and they have those really strong metal mesh drawers, so it'll take a little licking from those kids there and still be able to perform. They're rounded corners, so no one's going to get hurt, hopefully. So you've got storage, you can put art supplies, you can, I believe the countertop has something for like butcher block paper, so you can draw on that. Yeah, so if you want 1 or 2 of those desks, that would be awesome, and on one of those walls there by the fireplace or on the opposite one. The green and pine storage tubs and the little, I believe it's a llama storage tub. So I thought that was really cool. Something fun. It's kids' room. You got to have fun. And what else? Oh, beanbag chairs. Those are totally cool. Totally kids love them. Some adults love them too, like me. So they're pretty cool. I remember having them when I was a kid, and we would run and jump in them. So I know you guys have boys. I have a brother. So I know what you guys are going through. And the rug, just pulling some colors out of that. And these are actually carpet tiles made into a rug. So if one tile gets destroyed or something, you just replace it with another one. So totally versatile. And this is the beginning of a relationship with our client as to what she likes and what she doesn't like. And this is all based off of her design brief that she sent over to Matt. So this is the concept I came up with, and I wanted to have fun. And I know kids can have a lot of different interests. So we've got the Lego storage, we've got some art, maybe budding artists, we've got some superhero throw pillows, so they can just let their imagination run wild in this place, but not too wild.
Yeah, it looks fantastic. And just to give you an idea, Mollie's had some great questions. She's had some great feedback along the way here, Caryn, too. And I'm just gonna, if you don't mind, kind of vocalize some of these comments that she's made. She said she loves the rug. She likes the light as well. She shares that she has a similar storage unit in one of her boys' bedrooms. Her husband made it years ago. It could be repurposed to downstairs. It's currently black. So that might be a fantastic opportunity to save a little bit of money and have something that's going to work in the space. Chalkboard wall would be a challenge, she thinks. Most of the walls are cinder block. So is what we're looking at here in your concept, is that something that's hung on a wall, or is that actually a material or like a paint that's applied to the wall?
There's a couple of ways you can do that. You can, since it's a cinder block wall, and I did notice that when I was looking at it, you can also get something like I can't think of it, a corkboard size, but with wood, and you can also just spray paint it with the chalkboard and maybe lean up against the wall so they each have their own chalkboard. Does that make sense? And then if you can put something in the cinder block wall, or have one of those, I don't know, command strips might work just to hold it up there. And then each one could have their own individual chalkboard or chalkboards, whatever. I mean, so I think that would be fun, a fun way to bring in some artwork and stuff for the kids, but you don't have to actually put it on the cinder block wall. You can even have individual chalkboards for them. I just thought it would be a fun way to bring in some of their artwork and some of their brain work too.
I think it'd be a great way for the Foxes to write down all the kids' chores that they need to do. And just
there you go. Check it
check
off.
one of those off. It's a good reminder for why they receive the allowance every week. So
I like that.
yeah. All right. What else did she say? She says, where's the light from, and the rug too? She is curious about those two items.
The rug is from a store called Floor, and they have rugs, and then they can also make rugs out of carpet tiles. And some of those carpet tiles are either like 12 by 12s or 18 by 18s. It just depends on which one you choose, but they have so many different designs and textures and stuff like that it can be a little overwhelming, but I saw this one and I immediately thought that would work. I do have another one I saved as backup. It's a little bit brighter and there's a little bit more colors in it, but there's still they're all rectangles, so you can make your own rug that way. They're very inexpensive, especially if hopefully it doesn't get ruined very often, but if it does, if you have an extra, I think they recommend having a few extra tiles in case it does, and that way if something happens to one tile, you'd take it out and put the one back in and you would never even know. So the lighting, I wrote down the light, but I didn't write down which one it was, where it was from, but it's a silver semi-flush mount ceiling pendant. So I'll get back to you on that. I just wrote down what it was. I didn't write down where it was from. So, no food allowed in basement. All right. Yeah, that would work awesome. And then if, oh, yeah, that would work awesome since there's no food. But it's easy to flip one out and flip one, the replacement one back in. So, and they come in different sizes. This rug in particular comes in either a 5x7 or a 7x8, which I think would fit better in that space. I do believe there's smaller ones. I think it would be too small. So yeah, it would make a great little, it would center the room if you really want those boys to do that. Let's see what else. They do have chalk paint that doesn't have the dust with it, so they could, you know, she's reluctant to have chalk. It's like a pen, so you could just wipe it off with a rag and water. So
yeah, I really like that idea because I know some people actually have allergies to chalk too. So being able to use the paint instead of the chalk would certainly be more friendly to guests as well, because you never know who might have that allergy to the chalk. So very cool. I have not seen those in person, but I've heard really good things about.
I don't know how old I was, but I made myself a chalkboard, and it was, I think I put like 3 or 4 coats of chalk paint on a board, and it came out fine. Oh, I was with my nieces, that's what it was. And it came out fine, and they used that thing for at least a year before one of them broke. So, or if you're really cautious about the chalk or chalk paint, you could probably get one of those where they have them in schools, the marker boards.
Right,
So,
like a dry erase board or something.
Yeah. So something like that. But I think that it gets their creative outlet going too. So, yeah, a 7x8 rug would be perfect size. The other rugs I saw were like 8x10, and I think that'd be too big, especially since the room is 15. That area of the room was 15x13, so I think that'd be too big. So, anything else?
Yeah, does anybody else who's watching have any questions about this concept board or about redesigning basements in general? I mean, really, it's open to everybody in terms of their feedback or questions. Judy says, love the beanbag chairs, tent and art table. These boys seem like builders. How about incorporating a build display table? Sorry if I missed that idea. I'm actually not familiar with a build display table. Are you familiar with it, Caryn?
I have never heard of that, but you could just get a regular desk. Also, they have Lego, and I'm sure since your boys are Lego fans, they have something where they can put Legos in there and then build stuff on the walls too. So that might be another option instead of the chalkboard wall. And I have seen that on TV. I'm not going to tell you what shows those are on, but I've seen those where they take like a 4x8 plywood and then they attach stuff to it and then they put Legos on for more Legos to get on there. So another thing, if you don't want a chalkboard wall or a dry erase board or, you know, something like that. But yeah, I mean, there's so many things you can do. It's really cool to think that.
And I'm sure Judy's onto something because I know Judy really well, actually, and she's got all sorts of grandkids. So if she knows what a build display table is and recommends it, I believe in that endorsement right there. So thanks for weighing in, Judy. That's fantastic. Mollie agrees that that idea is really fun, Caryn. So All right, guys. Well, do we want to move on to questions and answers? We can ask questions. You guys can ask any questions about the concept board you're seeing here, or if you have any design related questions whatsoever, feel free to chime in and ask your questions here live. If not, I've got a couple of questions for Caryn as well. So let me shift to this section here. Questions and answers. You guessed it, with Caryn Menches. Um, yeah, so Caryn, I'm curious where you get your design inspiration from. Like when you're looking for design ideas or looking for kind of some of the latest products, um, where are you sourcing that inspiration?
The number one website that I source from is Pinterest for ideas. I usually look at like photography pictures. Just if someone wants like a Caribbean feel, I look up Caribbean and then I look all the stuff, what shows up, and what's the first thing you think of Caribbean? You think of strong colors, beaches, stuff like that, the Caribbean Sea. So I start looking at that for my inspiration for my clients. Um, if someone wants, I believe it was Mr. Montgomery.
Yeah, Chapman, from
Yes.
episode one. Yep.
Uh, it was colonial 1890s, so I started looking up neoclassical items. So the more information you can give designer, awesome. Um, it's just trying to pull out the answers without actually saying, what do you want? um, but yeah, that's a lot of people think, oh, it's what the designer thinks would look good. It's also a collaboration of the designer with the client. I don't know what you want unless you tell me, and you don't know what I need unless I ask you. So it's a give and take. Um, yeah, so pictures, photographs I do, and then Pinterest is another one. Um, if I can't find it on Pinterest, I start just Googling stuff. So I usually find whatever I need on Pinterest.
Yeah, Pinterest is a great source. I also love checking out Instagram. I think
Mhm.
that that is I mean, it's a very familiar app to everybody, right? But I love getting home design inspiration from it. And what I actually like to do there is I like to search by hashtags. So I'll search for Insta Home, or I'll search for, contemporary design, or mid-century modern. And these are as hashtags. And so you're able to see the most popular content that has been tagged with that particular hashtag across all of the Instagram users. So you're not seeing just one designer's work, which can be a little bit myopic. You're able to see the best of everybody's work. So that is a really cool tool. And actually, Instagram has a web-based version of their app too. So you can search, through their mobile app, of course, but even check out Instagram.com and use their search functionality there. It's somewhat limited, but you can still search by hashtags, and I find it's a great source of design inspiration. And I would also be kind of shooting myself in the foot a little bit if I didn't plug Stuccco as well. Now, Stuccco doesn't have nearly as many photos and designs as Pinterest or Instagram, but what you'll find on Stuccco is you'll find only home design related content. You'll see concept boards, you'll see photographs, you'll see some floor plans. So there's a variety of types of inspirational content on Stuccco, but you can be certain that that content won't be mixed in with photos of cats or dogs or ads or anything like that. So it's a little bit more, let's say, pure in terms of your source of inspiration on that end. So that's good. Houzz is also a great resource, houzz.com, and a lot of people use Google Images as well. I've talked to a lot of designers who get inspiration from walking through local antique shops. Sometimes they'll thumb through magazines. I know that Etsy is a great source of inspiration for some designers in terms of the home decor specifically. So Pinterest is a great recommendation. All right, let's see. Any other questions, guys? Molly says, where can I find those paint colors?
You can find those paint colors by contacting me. Since this is your design, I don't want to give all this stuff away, but Molly, I have a Pinterest board for you. So I will contact me and I'll be happy to send that over to you.
Yeah, fantastic. And that's a good reminder that you guys can reach out to Caryn easily through her Stuccco profile. And she can be found at stucco.com/modern_lotus_interiors. Or you can just jump on Stuccco and search Modern Lotus Interiors. You'll find her. You can message her. There's a messaging feature there, so you can just reach out to her directly through that platform. I will also include links to the Pinterest board in the description of the YouTube video when we republish this, likely tomorrow. So if you're watching this on YouTube, then just scroll down and you'll be able to access that Pinterest board now. All right. One last question that I have for you, Caryn, is curious, what is like one design tip that most homeowners don't know, but they'd find particularly helpful to know?
Always expect the unexpected. That's the top thing I can think of. If you buy furniture, it might come in damaged. It might be delayed because of storms, especially since winter's going to be coming pretty soon. Construction-wise, you never know what's behind walls, electrical, roofing, all that stuff. So just prepare with a contingency plan is my best advice for anyone doing any kind of renovation or redecorating or planning on adding something to your house. Just expect the unexpected. That's the only thing you can expect. So.
All right, great. Any other questions? If not, that's no problem. We can wrap things up. Guys, if you missed the last 2 episodes of Rock Your Room, no problem whatsoever. They're accessible on YouTube. And we had Caryn in week 1. We had Annalee Waterman in week 2, which is fantastic. We're in week 3 now. Next week, get excited. We're going to have this again on Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. More information will be shared about that. And it doesn't look like we have any other questions coming in. So thank you so much for those who have tuned in. Thank you so much for those who have watched us after the fact. Remember, join us live always in the Interior Secrets group on Facebook. And one last thing that I want to mention. We actually just updated our mobile app, and I'd encourage you to go check that out. Let me pull that up just so that you guys know that you can find it. It's on the, I'm going to show you it on the iOS store. It's all on the Google Play Store for those of you who use Android devices. I won't judge you here. I'm an Apple guy, but it's on both stores. And go take a look at it. I think you'll enjoy it. It's very similar to our website, but it'll fit in the palm of your hand. And it has all the functionality. You get the design inspiration. You get the ability to reach out to designers, just like Caryn, hire them if you want to. You can also shop room design templates. And yeah, it's a pretty robust experience. So I'll drop a link to that here in the comments of the Facebook Live for those who are interested in taking a look at that. And that's kind of the last of the housekeeping items that I have. Looks like we got, Mollie just wanted to say thank you very much for your time and effort. And she'll be sure to send an after picture. Yes, Mollie, that is such a good reminder to anybody who pairs up with an e-designer. I know it is so frustrating sometimes that all this work gets done on the front end with the designs, helping visualize the space, and then the designer never hears back from the homeowner in terms of whether or not that the vision became a reality. And so it is so, so helpful to the designer to see that, to see how it turned out, to get feedback on how that project ended up wrapping up. And it's also just a good feeling, right? To know that all that good work was worth it. People are actually enjoying that design in, for themselves and sharing that space with loved ones. So, all right. I think that about wraps it up. Thank you, Caryn, again for your effort. Thank you guys so much for attending and participating, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
All right, let's see if I can end this Facebook Live now.
Still on?
We are still on. One second. All right, guys. 1 second. This is an opportunity for anybody to ask that last second question that they wanted to ask.
You're still on.
Guys, I can't figure out how to end this Facebook Live video. All right.
Are we still